Okay, so our latest project is a gravel walkway, and the reason we need to put this in is because I'm tired of walking on the mud back through this path. I walk back here all the time. So first what we did is we loosely marked it off with string, and then I ran the rototiller, or electric rototiller, in there to loosen up the soil and to dig out the rocks. And we're going to run it up to the steps here. Here's my lovely helper here. And then we've got the wheelbarrow here. We're putting the dirt in there. And then let me show you what I'm going to do with this extra dirt that we're pulling out of this pathway. I'm piling it up here because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to flatten out this area here so we can have a seating area, because I've always hated that this is a slope and we couldn't sit here. So I'm trying to put it in an area where it's not going to ruin the way the water flows away from the house, but back far enough so that we can get a nice little flat area. Here we are partway through the project. I just ran the tiller through there. We're going to check for depth. We want 4 inches. Then I'm going to run the tiller in through there again to flatten everything out. Then I'm going to use a rake to make sure the bottom's flat. Angela's up here getting the little rocks out. You don't really want to dig near where the power comes into the house. We're actually going to put the edging on top, and then we're going to build it up on the sides a little, because there's the cable that runs into the house. We don't use that, but I still don't want to break it. And there's going to be power lines under there, telephone lines. We don't want to do too much damage, so I'm going to make the edging level with the top of the driveway here, and then I'm going to build up the sides so we don't have to dig down. Okay, here we are at this point in the project. So we're filling it, Jill's filling in the edges here where there's no dirt, where it didn't quite fit up against the edge. So I've got one piece left. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it so that this piece only goes up to like right here. This piece this piece here, maybe we'll go a little bit further. And there's already a bunch of gravel there, so I'm just going to lay down landscaping fabric and put gravel there and make it flush with the driveway edge and the edging for the flower bed. At least that's my plan now. Okay, so I'm sure there are artisans that are going to do this really neatly, but I'm not one of them. So what I've done is I put down some of the best landscape fabric Home Depot had. It's supposed to have a 25-year warranty. And I folded it over the sides. And I've got 10 bags of stone here just to hold it in place, because we're going to order a yard of stone, a cubic yard of stone. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting this off, trying to just beneath this rail. I want this wrapped up a little bit so it holds the stones from poking down through the ground and from out the sides. So we're going to have the other stones when I get those. Then I'm going to do this side too, just right below the edge. Okay, so here we are. As I said, I bought these 10 bags of stone just to hold that landscaping fabric down. I've cut it roughly on the edges. I did forget to mention that what we did with the dirt coming out of there is that I made a nice little flat area here, so we can hopefully set a bench or something there, and so we can sit under that tree. The yard is very sloped, so you can't set a bench there. Made it a little high on this end over here, because I think it's going to settle. I did not have a tamper, which I wish I had. Okay, this is the next day and we still haven't gotten our gravel, but it turns out my fears were warranted. Looks like the water's running down this little trough here and pulling up right here, so I'm going to have to put a drain to get this water away from here so it's not close to my foundation. We're just to the right of it. So I need to take that water and I need to run it down here somewhere so that it continues on. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. Okay, I wanted to show you the drain I put in. It was kind of half-assed because I was trying to do it real quickly out one night before it rained. That is a solid piece of drain. It's not perforated like most drains, most French drains. So that's there. The reason it's not all the way flush with the bottom is because when I dug this out, there was a tree root under there for this bush, and I've already hacked it up a bit, so I want to take it easy on it. So runs down here through here, and it drains here, right there, and runs down in here, and hopefully it disperses out into the yard down the hill. So that's that. And it seems to work actually, so hopefully it'll keep working. Okay, so here it is all done. We put a cubic yard of stones down inside a little trough here. Then Jill came back and she put soil on each side. And then she tamped it down with a tamper. And hopefully once the grass or weeds, by her definition, grow, it should look okay. At least it's better than the mud that was back here. It's not bad.